Hey everyone, and happy Mortgage Tip Tuesday! That's right, another Tuesday, another tip with it's your favorite loan officer in the world, hashtag JLoan. That's right, you see me. Just want to take the time to tell you thank you for all of the birthday love. I did celebrate my 44th birthday this past weekend, and all the love and messages and texts. I just want to say thank you for that. Today's a special day. Today is my sister-in-law's birthday. And so if you're watching this video, send her a shout out. Daphne, we love you. Happy birthday. Of course, before I get into my mortgage tip, I wanted to tell you what's, significant about today. And today is like one of my favorite days, besides the fact it's Mortgage Tip Tuesday. It's National World Pasta Day. I mean, who doesn't love pasta? I love me some noodles. So celebrate today. Go eat you some noodles. And then in other news, it's National Chucky, the doll, the little murder doll. Something about his day. And I don't know about you, but back in the day when we had a My Buddy, everybody, my buddy. Wherever I go, he's gonna go. All right. So anyways, when we had that and that movie came out, I was terrified of it, but I think it's a good movie to watch to scare your kids. I don't think there's any of those dolls anymore, but either way, there's a new one coming out. If you're good, if you like scary movies, check out the trailer to the movie Megan. Kind of sort of like Chucky, but I'm going to take my kids to go watch it. We're going to have a good time. All right, now we're going to get into our Mortgage Tip Tuesday real quick, all right? And I wanted to talk about when you apply for a mortgage, what are the things that you need? But I also want to talk about a pet peeve of mine. You always will get the last lender didn't ask for this, or I didn't have to do this the last time I bought a home. And the reality is the mortgage market changes all the time. Guidelines change all the time. And so if you don't want to do paperwork and you don't want to provide information, then you probably shouldn't buy a home. And the reality is there are a lot of online lenders that will, and even some not online lenders that will just pull your credit and they'll pre-approve you. But the reality is when that loan gets a contract and gets ready for underwriting, guess what the underwriter is going to need to give you the money? They're going to need all of the docs that I'm going to talk about beforehand. So I collect all of this up front because I like to save my borrowers time and heartache, because once you get pre-approved, it would be so hurtful if then I collected your docs, right? And then I told you, oh man, your tax returns show this, or your work history shows this, or now you don't qualify. Now you get mad at me and you should, because guess what? I didn't do my due diligence, right? And so I like to collect all of this information up front. And so of course, I want to always prepare you for what you're about to get into, whether you're purchasing or refinancing. These are a list of things that you're always going to need, whether you're even with your current lender. The good thing about a lender that services like we do is when you come back, most of the time we still have some of the information, so it lessens that burden for you. But you need to be prepared when you come to buy a home, and if you prepare in advance, none of this stuff will hurt you as we go through the process. So let's talk about it real quick, and let's see if I can help you when you go to buy a loan. So number one is 2 years W-2s. I never know which way to stand on these things. I wish I had somebody to record for me. So 2 years W-2s, and that's your two most recent years, and that's all employers, okay? So if you've worked multiple employers, we need all the W-2s, okay? And then you need 2 years most recent tax returns. This is even if you're not self-employed. So self-employed, that's a requirement. You'd probably need your personal, and if you have your actual own business, you'll actually need your business returns as well. But some lenders may not ask for 2 years 2 years tax returns if you've been a W-2 employee, but I ask for them anyway because we get tax transcripts. If you so happen to have a side job, which everyone kind of does today, and let's just say you work for Uber, or you do hair, or you work for DoorDash, and you claim a loss. Well, if I don't check your tax returns up front, and then the underwriter sees it on your transcripts because you didn't tell me, well, guess what? If you claimed a loss, that loss could count against your current income, and it could cause you not to qualify. So you don't want to withhold information. You want to be very open and honest with your loan officer and allow them to help you and see if there's workarounds to your specific story, but you got to be honest up front, okay? And then you have your driver's license or ID or passport. It must be unexpired. So keep in mind, if it's not expired when you start, but when you get ready to close, it expires. You can't close with a ID that is expired. So make sure that's always up to date. Then you have 1 month of pay stubs. Again, most recent pay stubs. It doesn't matter that we have W-2s. And also another thing is some clients send us tax returns and then won't send us the W-2s, and they're like, but it's on the tax return. We still need the individual W-2s, okay? So don't argue with your loan officer. Just do it and give it to them, okay? Then you have 2 months most recent bank statements. This is all pages. Even if the last page is blank, it's very important. If it says page 1 through 8, and I don't care if 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 say page intentionally left blank, we need 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. It's a guideline requirement for every lender, okay? So just provide it. Even if we think it's not the smartest thing, just provide it, okay? So this is your basic list, 1 through 5. But once we review these, there could be more after talking to you. If you have any divorces or multiple divorces in 7 years, we need all of those divorce decrees, every page of the divorce decree. If you have a 401k that is actually going to fund your closing costs or your down payment, we need your most recent 2-month statements, or most of the time 401ks come in quarterly statements. So you're going to want to provide the quarterly statement and something called your summary plan description. This is what allows the lender to see what are the rules in which you can withdraw. I know this may seem silly, but every 401k is different, and there are some 401ks that you cannot touch them unless you quit your job or retire. So that would not be a good asset, because then you'd lose income, and lenders need to see that, right? And these are things you don't know. We think, oh man, this is dumb, but it's not really, because there's things in there that we need to see. All right, then child support order. If you want to use your child support in order to qualify, we need that child support order and proof that that payment has been made for the past 3-6 months, depending on what the guidelines are at the time. But we will need the complete complete child support. If you pay child support or you pay multiple child support, we need every child support order. And whether you think about it or not, I've had clients that withhold that information or only give you one and not tell you, hey, I have 2 child supports. Either it's going to show up on your pay stubs, or it's going to show this deduction on your bank statements, and guess who's going to find it? Either me or the underwriter is going to find it. So just be open and honest up front so we pre-approve you the correct way, okay? And then proof of large deposits. After I review this basic list, if there are large non-payroll deposits that go into your account that we have no idea where they come from, we're going to come back to you and we're going to say, hey, I need you to prove where this money came from. That's right. You have to prove it, show it, copies of canceled checks. If someone gave it to you, we need all the proof and all the tracking, or we can't use that money, okay? All right, then you have letters of explanations. If you have late payments, if you have bad reporting debt, if you had a gap of employment for 6 months or longer, if your income went down from one year to the next, these are all reasons that you're going to have to supply a letter of explanation. If you had an insufficient funds charge on your bank statements, the underwriters want to know, why did this happen? Why did you overdraw your account? These are all things we look for when you provide this initial set of documents, not just, all the money that goes in. We look at the tracking of your balance ledger. And if you're over withdrawing all the time, this is a concern not to approve your loan, because it shows you are not financially responsible with the debt you have now, okay? All right, and then if you own any other homes, we'll need your mortgage statement for that home, if there is one, your tax bill, your insurances, your HOA. This list could go on and on and on. So again, I say this to say, if you don't want to provide paperwork, if you don't want to open up your book or your story and share that with someone, you are not ready to buy a home, because we get deep. Besides your blood type, we are asking you for everything, and it doesn't have to be stressful. If you watch this whole video, I am helping you prepare for what is about to come. Therefore, when you come and you make that call, you finally make that call, you already have this all together. So it's not stressful, because you already know what you need. All right. So that's the reason for these Mortgage Tip Tuesdays. Yes, I have fun with you, but it's most importantly, it's about you. It's about educating you and preparing you for a process that could be very stressful, not only because of all the documents, because it's your biggest financial commitment that most of you will make in your life. And I don't take that lightly. So I hope this information was helpful. Enjoy you some pasta. And while you're eating your pasta, watch Chucky with your kids. And if I can help you, I'm always one phone call away. 817-601-5456. I love you guys. For the rest of this week, I want you to be happy. I want you to stay safe. And of course, be blessed. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.